Hello, I am Marco Kuzaren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are finally playing one of the games I think I've played the most in my life. Actually, can I kind of want to preface this, if I can. Oh, I already closed Steam. Let me open Steam real quick. One sec. I want to preface this with how many hours I have overall in Skyrim, because I didn't really plan ahead as to what I was going to say, but now that I'm sitting here saying I've played it pretty much the most in my life, I want to be able to back that up. So let's see. Between Skyrim Original and Skyrim Special Edition, which I own both, let's see, Skyrim Original has 237 hours, and Special Edition has 417 hours. So that's well over 640 hours, about? So that's a few. It's certainly not as many as, some people have put into certain games, but it's more than I've put into most. So let me see if it, yeah, we can see the game. I'm very nervous about this though, because since I have played this game so very many times. Let me turn off the background music, even though there's nothing in the game to listen to right now, just ambiance, but it's fine. Since I've played this game so many times, I have gotten to the point that I can't really play it anymore because every time I come in, I just do the same things over and over, like it's the same grind to get, you gotta get your pickpocketing up, and you gotta get your sneak skill up, and you gotta get your weapon skills up, and you gotta figure out what build you're going for, what difficulty you're gonna be on, which, I've played it so much, I've already gone through and gotten bored of the phase where you just set the difficulty to legendary, and just try to cope with that. I've already mastered that, figured out the best way to deal with it, and to become overpowered even on the highest difficulty. And I'm like, if I get bored of that, what else is there really to do? Nothing, right? I mean, that's pretty much the end of the amount of scaling you can do in the game. So what I'm trying to say is I have played this game so much that I have gotten to the point that it's difficult for me to play it anymore. So I downloaded some mods, and I have played modded quite a lot. I think most... my cat is messing... One second. Kitty, what are you doing over here? What are you messing with? She's messing with a penny that was on the table. I don't want her to eat that. That's generally not food. She does this all the time. I don't know what is with her. Anyways. Yeah, she seems to be staying out of trouble for at least the moment now. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. Pretty much ever since I beat Skyrim the first time, the original Skyrim, I went in with mods. So probably only like the first 50 hours that I played the game were actually unmodded. And then I switched over to modding. And it just got more and more intense as time went on. And now, because I was going to go for streaming it and had to actually play it again, even though my brain is like, I know every nook and cranny of this game, I don't want to play it anymore. It's like... I was just like, okay, we just need to get enough mods that it feels different, that it's a different game. So I have multiple mods. I think it's Burma? I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's a mod that adds like a huge landmass that you can go to with a bunch of new quests and stuff. I don't know if we'll even go there, but it's there, and that's nice to know that there's new like content I haven't explored before. I went through just recently, that's why I couldn't stream yesterday, it's because I was trying to figure all this stuff out and get it all optimized, which still, I don't have enough testing, as much testing in it as I would have liked. Actually, we were gonna do the, should I start the opening sequence? Because I was gonna do the original, classic opening to the game. Should I start that now, while I'm still explaining things? Yeah, we'll start in a minute. But yeah, I went through and got I followed a video and got a ton, like a few dozen graphics improving mods, even though I personally like the way that Skyrim looks and kind of the aesthetic that Skyrim went for. But just to switch things up for the streaming and for another run that hopefully won't be just like all the others, I've gotten a bunch of graphics mods, and even in just this one little room, you can really tell it looks very different. Like, the textures just don't have the same feel. They're a lot, like, smoother and more detailed in weird ways. And so it hurts my brain, because it's like, that doesn't look like a Skyrim texture. How does that work? So, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if my computer will be able to handle it plus streaming. When I was testing it, it was at, like, at times when I first started it and I was out in the open world, it was at like 90% memory usage on my computer for a good amount of it when I was out in the open world. So that means that either my stream will lag or the game will lag if it gets to that point again, because now that I'm streaming, there's even more strain on the computer elsewhere, and the game doesn't have as many resources to work with. So, but then, like, after I played it for about 20 minutes, it went down to about sitting around probably mid to high 70s, sometimes down to 60% utilization. And that was like when I wasn't in a big forest, you know, I was out in a big plains biome where there wasn't as much around, and my computer had been running the game for a bit, so I guess it kind of got used to it, maybe loaded all the assets or something, thus wasn't being as difficult. So I'm assuming over time it'll get better, but all I know is that the second that I leave this room, it's gonna
my child, and
probably
choose where your
lag,
new life shall begin.
maybe, and maybe crash. You know, that's like a disclaimer you always need to put out there when you're playing Skyrim, is the game might crash at certain points. It probably will, all things considered, because it usually does. I mean, it's Skyrim. If you put any you know, I would say original Skyrim is pretty stable crashing wise. Like, it has a lot of bugs, but you don't normally have it crash because of them. But the second you introduce mods, it's going to be crashing left and right if you haven't, like, optimized them correctly, and if you just do too much, it'll end up crashing the game. So we'll have to go through the probably pretty long loading screen here. But yeah, I got lots of mods. Tons of them. And a lot of new ones, mostly graphics-based ones. I have a few gameplay-based ones, some of them making it so enemies can detect you in stealth easier, or at least more realistically, you know, where lighting has more of an effect on it. I think I have some pickpocketing ones, like one that makes it so 100% is the limit instead of 90%, because I've always found it ridiculous that there's, you know, you could be the best pickpocket in the game, trying to pickpocket 1 gold off someone, and you still have a 10% chance of failure, no matter what. It's like, bro, like, I could literally pickpocket the clothes off this guy's back, but he'll find me out by me taking 1 gold out of his pocket. That makes no sense. So 100% is the minimum now. I don't know if I'll be doing pickpocketing in this run, because I do that every other run, because it's just so cool. And you get so much money from it. Like, you know, you can get free training, you can get, you know, all sorts of good stuff, you can get armors that you normally can't. Pickpocketing is just so good. I would say it's been a long time since I've been here experiencing this.
Hey, you're finally awake.
I am finally awake. But I went through this a couple times doing testing, so I've just seen this.
That Imperial ambush, same as us, and that thief over there. Damn you stormcloaks.
Actually, can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. Let me see if I can't get. Can we get subtitles? Okay. It's I don't know. Dialogue subtitles are already on, so I guess general subtitles, because I would think this would count as dialogue, but apparently not. Also, let me go to audio and increase, I guess voice would be it, because they did seem a bit quiet.
It's fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy.
It's a bit better.
Hadn't been looking for you.
And there's subtitles.
Stole
Nice.
That horse had been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me.
We shouldn't be here.
We shouldn't.
It's
You're
these
right.
Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak.
Ulfric
the true High
Stormcloak
King.
indeed.
Ulfric, the Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
To Helgen.
Don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
Man,
No,
this
can't be happening.
random road
This
to
isn't
Helgen looks a
happening.
lot better with these mods.
Hey,
It's a lot more
what
scenic.
village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
Also, I wanted to mention that I did get, as I, got mods for everything else to look better, I did get a mod that made player models better,
Sure.
but I
Fine.
couldn't find a very good one
Divines, please
for,
help me.
like, male characters that was, safe for work. So
Look at him.
I might
General
find one
Tunney's the
later and
military
implement it because it's
and
just,
looks like the
graphics.
Thalmor are with him.
So I might implement one of those
Damn
later.
elves.
But I
bet
just
they have
could
something
not
to
find
do with
one
this.
that was very good. And I was like, I don't really mind the look of the baseline male characters anyways, so might as well not change it.
This is Helgen.
But I do have
used
one
to be
that
sweet on the
changes the
curve.
female character
Wonder if Vilod is
stuff
still making
because,
at me
I mean, I always
do
play
the
female
repairs.
characters, so that's a bit more important to me.
Funny. When I was a
Although I guess
boy,
most of the characters you look
imperial
at and, like,
walls
interact with are
towers
male.
used to make me feel
So I don't know,
safe.
it's kind of a weird dynamic.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
To go inside with them.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
How come my head turned this far back? I guess I can, like, twist my upper body,
Yes,
but still, that's like, I don't know, what is that, Exorcist level type things? Just being able to turn my head almost all the way around, it's
Why
kind
are
of
we
creepy.
stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line.
It's very, oh, lag. Is it gonna crash already? It's gonna crash already, isn't it? This is one of the reasons why you usually don't want to go in a modded run with the original start, because it's so buggy. Like, if you've ever watched a Skyrim Doug stream, you will know that getting past the opening sequence is like a rite of passage, because it's such a buggy sequence that any mods you have enabled there will just completely destroy your system. So it looks to me, it might just be loading, but it looks to me like it's frozen and it's dead, because I can still hear the horse on my left. It's very faint, but it's breathing on the left, so I think the game has frozen. So let me this is a pretty classic start to Skyrim. This is the true opening, is when you open Skyrim, it crashes. The true opening sequence. So let me see if I can close it and open it again, and maybe we won't do the opening sequence, because as I mean, it worked a couple times, or at least once, when I was not streaming, but the extra strain on the system might be causing an issue. I'm not sure, but all I know is that it's frozen. So we're gonna. Oh, I also did change a couple mods since I tried opening, like, the opening sequence, because things were broken in the opening sequence, but it did work. But then I changed some things and tried to make it, work better, and it seems to have just broken it more. So who knows? We'll just do, because we have the alternate start mod, so we can skip the opening sequence and just start elsewhere. So that's probably what we are gonna do. If Skyrim would actually close, because it is currently still open. I need to get task manager, do the thing. There we go, now it's closed. Classic Skyrim. That's why I had to preface the entire stream with "it may crash," because that is an ever-present threat. And of course, we get the obligatory error message that pops up every time I try to start the game, saying this one specific mod is out of date, but I can't update it anywhere. So it's just, it's like a necessary thing for other mods. So I'm like, okay, we just kind of need to keep it, even if it's out of date. It's just gonna pop up an error every time I try to open the game. That's fine. It's probably gonna not cause instability anywhere, I'm sure. So yeah, we're gonna. It doesn't take all that long to actually boot up though. Like this isn't a RimWorld type situation where if it crashes, that's like 10 minutes of our lives gone because it just takes that long to just boot up the game. Because yeah, already the game is going. That did not ever save. Sad. Because we didn't get to the point in the starting sequence that it saves. Because it saves right as the guy is like, who are you? And then it saves. But nope, we didn't get to that voice line. So we're going to need to start a new game, recreate the character, which wasn't hard because I didn't put that much effort into it. Because I never really do. Because like, when are you going to be sitting there looking at your character's own face and hair and everything? You usually don't, right? At least I don't. I usually have a helmet over it. And plus, it's such like a hassle to even get your character's view to look at their front in the first place. Like, you need to go out of attack mode, stand perfectly still, and then you can spin around the camera when you're zoomed out. So yeah, let's I guess we can come back now. We're at the character creation again, which I guess we weren't in character creation earlier, but that's fine. So let's see. But I don't remember even what I did. I think I kept the preset normal. Complexion, I think I changed to this. Probably it's not zoomed in. And then eyes, I changed to yellow, which is all the way over. Hair, I changed to this one, and then made it black. Is that? It's hard to tell. There it is. Okay, that's one. And then I just finished it. I just did a couple basic changes of like eye color, hair color, that kind of stuff. Then named it after the main villain of my book series because, you know, villains are cool. Everyone likes villains. Then we wait for all the mods to initialize because that's why I did the character creation off screen initially, was because I wanted to let all the initialization go through its process before getting into the whole situation. So we'll just let it do its thing until the pop-ups on the top left stop popping up, and then well, while we're waiting for that, we can talk to the statue and see which one of these we want.
New life shall begin.
So we can't do the border crossing, evidently. I mean, we could try it again because sometimes it's just a fluke whether or not it works. But we'll see. We could be any of these. I don't really want to start as one that has a criminal record. Like, if you're an outlaw in the wilds, that kind of becomes an issue. To skip any loading screens, I could just do, I want to escape the cell. I think that just starts you right here and opens the door. But I usually either do camping in the woods, because it's kind of like outlaw in the wilds, but without the criminal record. Or you could be shipwrecked off the coast. That puts you in a snowy area. But I don't have, I don't really have any mods like Frostfall or anything. I used to, but I felt that it was kind of getting in the way of other stuff. But that also doesn't start you with a criminal record and starts you way off the frozen coast. I think off the coast of Dawnstar? Maybe kind of in between Dawnstar. I don't know. It's way up north. kind of weird near the College of Winterhold, I think. Which one should I be? I mean, shipwrecked off the coast would certainly make an interesting beginning. So let's do that
Even
one.
in our darkest hour, there is yet hope.
Especially because I haven't tested out the snowy regions yet. I tested out a forest and the plains near Whiterun. I actually have not tested any of the northern reaches. And I started as a Breton, as you may have seen, because I'm wanting to go for magic this run. Because every other time I've played this game, I have had some kind of stealth-oriented combat. And that just doesn't... I don't know, I don't want to do that again. Yep, here we are. No survival mode. And we're here, technically. Out in the middle of... Oh yeah, the religion thing. What do I want here? Because I don't know what any of these do. And I think I can choose one later. So I think I'm going to go none. And I think, you know, if you talk... I was running around a little bit earlier. And I think that if you choose none, then you can later on interact with one of the... I'll take a mace, why not? Anyways, I better not drown while looking for loot, you know? That would be preferable. And since we don't have survival mode or anything on, I don't think we need food, per se. I mean, I know some people still eat food in Skyrim, even when it's not necessary, but I usually don't find much of a use for it, honestly. Where am I going? I'm stuck in the bottom of the ship. What's this way? I think. I've gotten out of this start, I think, a couple times. Not nearly enough times to really know the route out of here. But let's put on the fur armor that we have gotten to get some extra armor level. And then we're going to be going for magic. So let's get some flames and some healing going. There we go. But yeah, I usually, as I was just saying, oh hey, someone's dead. I usually start out as, you know, stealth person. So you got the pickpocketing, you got the stealth attacks, stealth archery, as is the classic. Oh, this is a stairway to nowhere. Okay, that's fun. All of these are stairways to nowhere. How the heck do I get out? Oh, no, it's because this is... the ship is upside down, so this is up. So I've been going the opposite direction I'm supposed to go. Because that's all leading downwards. Well, ship-wise, it's leading downwards. Gravity-wise, it's leading upwards. I need to find the way that goes not up, like this way. Let me in. Okay. And that's blocked off. Am I trapped? I don't think so. I've gotten lost in this ship opening at least 2 or 3 times. Because I do it quite often, especially when I have the... Is it down here? No, this was a dead end. Hey, gauntlets. But yeah, especially when I have something like Frostfall, where, you know, you can get hypothermia and die. I go for this because it adds a lot more intensity to the struggle to find your way out, because there's freezing water everywhere and you need to find some source of warmth. Let's check up here again. Maybe I was just looking in all the wrong areas, because there's gotta be a way out up here, because this is the route that everything was leading towards. Oh, I need to go down here. Right. And this leads us to another section. But yeah, if you have Frostfall, this entire area basically gives you major hypothermia, and then you're out in the middle, death bell, of the frozen wastes, and you basically just need to fend for yourself from that point on. And so you need to like find or make a fire immediately, and it's just so very fun. Oh hi, you're here. I didn't even notice you. I was looking at the books. Sorry, I did not mean to not notice you. Take some cotton, I don't know. So is this another dead end, or is this, how am I getting lost this one time? Sorry, and honestly, I really need to memorize which books are skill books, because I have no idea. Those might be skill books in there, but I don't think they are. I think any of the ones that say like book number 3 or something isn't a skill book. Also, there was nothing in there, or at least there was loot in there, which I appreciate, but there was no exit. Let me out. That didn't work. Yeah, and there isn't really a route out through there. None of these stairs go anywhere. So back down to here. Where have we not tried? How am I so very lost already? Unless there's just like a... No, that would be on the floor. Because usually you enter this area by a hatch, right? So maybe just somewhere around here on the floor is a hatch that I need to find. And I've just been looking at the ceiling this whole time, expecting the exit to be up. No, I don't see a hatch. That would be kind of cruel as well if they put the only exit into the floor underwater. How the heck did... There is an exit to here though. I will not rest until I find it, because I know that it exists somewhere. I'll take another mace, thank you. I know it exists. I just need to remember where it exists exactly. Yeah, I would be so dead. A tunic? Sure. Actually, it doesn't sell for very much. I probably shouldn't have picked that up. Just gotta study. I'll take torches. Of course, I usually take the torches there because they're a source of heat. Yeah, no, this just leads us back to here. That's supposed to be the ground, right? Can I interact with this? No. I don't know, slowly but surely my brain is starting to be... Really? Okay, there is no hatch. There was a hole in the side of the ship. Alright, we are free. I don't know how I forgot that that was there. And I actually, like, that was the first place I went, was I path-found my way to that staircase. My brain was like, this is the way to go. And then, after that point, when I didn't notice the hole in the wall next to me, I just gave up and was like, okay, guess that's not it. But I was right there the whole time. What the heck? Okay, but we're out. We're free, finally. And we're in the middle of who knows where. But we got a good amount of money, good amount of other things. We don't need to find a campfire because we're not freezing to death somehow. Because, you know, we don't have those mods enabled. So either we go to Dawnstar or we go to Winterhold. Because I'm wanting to go for a magic-based build, let's head over to Winterhold. That would be a good place to start. So where is that? That's that direction. Alright. We have our heading. We just need to swim there. Well, swim to shore. And then run there. And then maybe check out... That's Azura, right? Statue of Azura or something? That's where you start the... what's it called? I'm pretty sure it's just like Star of Azura or something. I never really checked its name too much. It's just the infinite soul gem, which I get every run because I use soul gems a lot. And I never want to have to, you know, get new ones. Because you run out so fast. If all your armor and weapons are enchanted, you just keep running out of soul gems. And I hate it so much. So I just always go and do that quest line as soon as I can. and then I get the infinite soul gem and never have to worry about it again. And of course I turn it, you know, I corrupt it, even though morally that's not really the best option, but you know, it gets you bigger souls from more plentiful enemies, so I can't complain. Man, this thing is a lot further out than I remember. Either that or my swimming speed is just slower than I remember. We would seriously be so dead if we had, you know, an actual hypothermia and temperature mod in. You know, no number of torches could save me from this ice water swim. I think there's like an island out there closer to the ship that has a campfire on it that makes that start, you know, doable. I just didn't look out for it this time because I didn't need it, so I couldn't find it. But usually that's how I get out of that situation, is you find that campfire, you sit next to it, and you just heal up there. So for right now, what difficulty are we on? I need to check that and figure out what I'm wanting to do. We're on novice. That's not what we want. So you got novice, and then you got apprentice, adept, expert, master, and legendary. So we're not going to be on legendary. I think we're going to go for expert, because magic's pretty strong, but I also don't want to just be getting killed over and over. Especially because right now, we don't have a lot of strength. We have flames, which can work wonders, but aside from that, our combat, you know, effectiveness is pretty much nothing. So this is what we're working with until we get to until we get to that big building there, College of Winterhold. Alright. Easy first kill, even on expert. Hey, there's a fire. I think that might be the fire I'm thinking of. But I don't know how I swim all the way over here while just constantly freezing. But yeah, I think this is the fire I was thinking of on the little island here. It's very nice. Some free warmth, a nice bed. Don't mind the skeleton. And we're frozen again. It's a skeleton, man. Just broke my game again. Did it actually just freeze fully again? Maybe that error at the beginning was saying something. Oh, and did it? Oh no, did it ever save? Because Skyrim has, I would say, let me restart the game again real quick. 1 second. I would say Skyrim's biggest weakness in all of its existence, you know, like there's a lot of issues with Skyrim, but the biggest weakness of the base game is that it doesn't have good saving mechanics. Like if you're indoors, the saving mechanics are decent because every time you exit or enter a door, it autosaves. However, if you're outside, which that ship that we started in was technically outside, I didn't have to leave out of a hatch to get out of it. And it never, I don't think, it might have a thing where it saves at a certain interval, like every 10, 20 minutes or something, but it, as far as I know, never saves outside of, you know, any buildings. So if you're just out in the world and you travel like 10 miles, it may have just not saved since you left the last city, because that was the only time it autosaves, is when you enter or leave something. And that's completely, like, ludicrous to me. I've never liked that it just does not save outdoors. So in theory, I think it might save with the new life, like another life thing. It might save when you choose what you want to do and where it puts you, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know when it would have saved there, because the whole system of its autosaves is very janky, and I don't know if it would have ever saved. Also, I have no idea what's causing it to freeze every so often, because it's done it twice now. The first time was during a cinematic opening, which is to be expected, But the second time, yeah, it did it? Let me do continue and see if that's, because just looking at the like load save isn't always a good picture because I have like 50 saves in there because I don't know how to get rid of them. But we'll see if just continue puts us where we're supposed to be. I don't know if it will, but it might. It just might. But yeah, it really should have gotten an exterior saving rework as to like how it saves in the world at large. Okay. Well, good and bad news. Good news is the save still exists. Bad news is we're back on the ship. Which we now know the exit to, which is exciting in and of itself. We're just gonna need to save and save often. Because I have forgotten the muscle memory that is, when in doubt, press F5. Just always. All the time. If you're about to pickpocket someone, press F5. If you're about to kill someone, press F5. If you're about to go into a building, press F5. You never know when it's gonna crash, or you're gonna fail something, and everyone's gonna try to kill you. So you just always press F5, no matter what. So, I have no idea what is causing the latest crashes. When I was experimenting with this, it was not crashing at all. It didn't crash during the opening sequence when I tested it, and it didn't crash when I was running around for like 20 minutes straight in and around Whiterun. So I have no idea what exactly is causing these crashes. I'm hoping it's just kind of a fluke, but when it comes to Skyrim crashing, it's usually not a fluke. There's usually some incompatibility that's happening deep within the system, and it just doesn't really tell you what that is. Unless it has error logs somewhere. But I have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen error logs from Skyrim. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough, but usually you do a thing, it crashes, and you just need to basically figure out what caused the crash by context of where you were and what you were doing when it crashed. So like there, I was looking at a bed with a skeleton when it crashed, so I can only assume that it had something to do with the bed, or maybe the collision with the skeleton that caused it to crash, which I don't even know what mods would be affecting that. But it really, because it doesn't take long to boot the game up, it isn't a big deal if it crashes every so often. But if it's crashing like consistently, that's a bit of an issue. I just need to remember to save, which I did quick save right back there, if you didn't catch it. So we at least have it saved there, and usually it's pretty good at like actually keeping the saves. Oh, that's a lot of wolves. Is that an ice wolf? Oh no, that's a regular. No, I think it might be an ice wolf against a horker, or just a regular wolf versus a horker. But obviously the wolf won, so we're now gonna go kill the wolf. No, that's an ice wolf for sure. Okay, you're not dead. Now you're dead. Okay, thank you. That was scary. Ice wolves are kind of terrifying. And we'll take the tusk. I don't think we need the meat. We'll save there. When in doubt, press F5. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone who has ever played Skyrim knows this. But the flame spell, it's not really a bug or an exploit, it's just a weirdness with how the flame spell is set up. But you guys leave me alone, I'm just trying to pass on through. The flame spell, if you hit someone for just like an instant, oh hi skeevers, then it will apply the full damage over time of the flame spell. You see how they like stay on fire after I've shot them? That's the damage over time. And so if you just kind of spam like this, like the first second of the flame spell over and over and over, it will, ooh, conjuration, alteration, nice. Those ones are easy to tell that they're, you know, a skill book, because they actually look like a spell book. But yeah, so if you just spam the fire spell over and over, you don't use very much mana at all, and yet you end up in a situation where you're getting that damage over time on them over and over and over and doing a bunch of damage. Also, let me just make sure really quick. I'm very paranoid. Okay, no, we're fine. I'm very paranoid that one of the mods that changes graphics and everything will end up like bugging out player models and make it so that they, yeah, we're not gonna, we're just using the thing. And basically what I'm saying is I don't want to get banned. And I don't know what half of these graphics mods do in full. So I'm just trying to play it safe. But we're almost, well, almost is a strong word, but we're pretty close to Winterhold now. It's just up there. Way to our right. Actually, can you get up this cliff? I think you can. Because isn't there normally like a dock down here somewhere? Oh no, that's more to the right. But yeah, if I follow this shoreline to the right, I should reach a dock that will have a path. Oh yeah, that path right there. Right up to the city. So that's good. I even got a Nern route, which is nice. Clam. We don't need clams, I don't think. So we're just going to go straight for that path. I don't know where the dock is that's usually here. Maybe that was from a mod that I don't have right now. I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell at this point. Because I have gone through so many different mod lists and like added mods, got rid of mods, all over the place. Hey, it auto-saved. Nice. I was gonna check that. I think there was a setting somewhere about auto-saving. Save on character menu every 10 minutes. That was what I was thinking of. So yeah, just like that, it saved when you open or close the character menu, which you don't always do, which is one of the issues with just relying on that to save. Because if you don't open your character menu for a while, it just will never save. So that's an issue. We're fine. It just saved there, so even if it crashes, we won't lose much progress. And hopefully, we can do enough that I can then later on troubleshoot the crash and get that to never happen. But for now, this is just kind of what we have to live with. And you know, honestly, it's kind of hard to tell fully that it's modded, except for like better textures and stuff. But that's just because we're in the frozen wastelands. Later on, we will be over in more lush areas, and we'll have more trees and more shrubberies, you know? It'll be nice. So we're gonna go straight for the college, because I want this lady to
Cross the
teach
bridge
me
at your own
Firebolt.
peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
I shall not pass, is what you're saying? What is this place?
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand.
No, man, I have
This is the
amnesia.
College of Winterhold,
I woke up on a
a
boat.
safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
May I enter the
Perhaps.
college?
But what is it you expect to find?
I have
within?
done the College of Winterhold quest line so many times. Probably like no, probably 6 times.
I see.
Somewhere around there.
That power certainly
Yeah,
exists.
we're gonna do this
I'm
because I think this is what lets her
Wield it
give us
faithfully, and
the
few
Firebolt.
understand you. It would seem that the college has what you
Because I
seek.
think she gives you a
The
spell
question now
based
is what
on
can you offer
what
the
you say
college?
here.
Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill. with
Oh,
magic.
trust me, I'm quite
A
skilled.
small test. if
I'm
you
some
will.
rando who was off the coast of this place, shipwrecked, and I know basic magic like flames and healing somehow. So I assure you, I am better than you know. I think this never succeeds, but I always
No,
go for
I'm afraid
persuade
I don't know
things,
anything of the sort.
so I can get speech skill, but that never
Excellent.
works for me.
The Flame Atronach is a vital companion for anyone
Oh.
relying on conjuration.
Oh.
Summoning one here would certainly show your skill.
That I don't know that spell.
Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be
You
happy
do get
to
a free
provide it to you
spell,
for a
or
mere
like
30 gold.
a very cheap spell
Or
from
you could
this.
try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They
No, that
also
would be
sell
like
spells.
300 gold. No, I'll take it
Here you
for
are.
1/10
Now I'm
the
anxious
price.
to see
Thank you.
test it.
Me too. Thanks. Was that a book she gave me, or did she literally just teach me the spell? I think she just taught me the spell. So let's. I don't think I can cast this. It costs more mana than I think I have overall. But let's try it. And let's put on the mage robes. That doesn't increase overall magicka. That's the hat, which I do not have.
Much
Yep.
knowledge lies within the college's walls.
I don't have enough magicka. Alright, I mean, normally she gives me just like Firebolt as my skill test, but it turns out she's not going to be that useful this time. So we're going to need to move on and try other things, like getting our magic skill up, finding some more enchanted clothing. So how much money do we have? What are we starting with here? We've got... Oh, it doesn't say it over here. 222 gold. That should be enough to get a carriage ride to elsewhere. Not elsewhere as in the Khajiit homeland, but elsewhere as in not here. Let's save, because we always save. And then, is that... No, that's just a lantern. I thought that was like a frost worm or whatever they're called. Where's Carriage Man? Wait, was this one of the towns that doesn't have the Carriage Man? Or is he just further up here? I don't quite remember. Because this would have been a really crappy choice of a first place to go if it doesn't have a carriage. Yeah, I sense no carriage here. So we are allowed to fast travel, if I want. And we are allowed to use the carriage, of course. But I don't see the carriage here. That was like the only way into the town, and I didn't see him anywhere. So I think we need to run to Windhelm, which is a dangerous run. This area is full of those frost worms or whatever. And that is not a fun run to make. But we are still low level. Of course, she didn't give us Firebolt, which I would have very much enjoyed having a Firebolt for this run. Oh, hey, look, it is a friendly person, I'm sure. Because most, if not all, NPCs you see in Skyrim are, you know, you can assume are friendly. Who might you be?
Well met, traveler. I am Kaidojo, a monk making the pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura.
Huh. I actually should go to the Shrine of Azura and start the like Star of Azura questline or whatever it's called. It's very statue-esque. That's kind of insulting. And I think this guy might be a new NPC because I've never seen him in the base game. I think he's modded.
The Daedra hold no particular favor in the doctrine I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Some may see the line between Aedra and Daedra as a means of separation, when the divide itself is the true nature of our existence.
I didn't
It is
understand
in the
any
eye
of
the
that.
storm that one finds balance, and with balance comes the flourishing of life.
Okay. You are talking a lot and I didn't catch any of it.
I follow
Explain?
the path
I certainly don't
balance
think
through opposition.
Daedra are evil,
Aedra
per se.
and Daedra are the embodiment of this mantra. It is a common misconception that these balancing forces are the spirit of good and evil. A reductive and flawed interpretation.
I agree. Can't just have everything be
The
purely
Aedra
good and
are
purely
the
evil.
agents of stasis and order. The Daedra are the essence of change and chaos. For chaos itself cannot be an agent of anything.
Mm-hmm.
When the two are
Change
in
isn't always
balance,
bad.
time progresses at its natural flow. The world changes as it stays the same.
Mm-hmm.
Although in truth, it is not for us to attach labels to the creators. If mortals cannot divine the nature of themselves, it is quite presumptuous to try the same with the gods.
Uh-huh.
A long conversation is a feast of wisdom.
Why is there a floating rock there?
Save everybody.
Probably a bit of a graphical error, but that's fine. That'll happen every so often, I'm sure. But I'll be very excited when I get other spells. Because, I mean, Flame is efficient. Also, where's the big statue? There it is. I'm trying to make my way to the statue before heading to town because I want to start that quest. So I don't have to make a dedicated trip out here later when I'm already, like, right here. Did I go the right way, though? I don't think I did. I think I was supposed to go around this way and up. But stop that. I'm just trying to move the... Oh, it's the WASD that does that. So I might be able to just go up the back here. That's what I'm going to attempt because I'm right here. But I do think normally I was supposed to go around the other way and just go further in. I just saw a big archway that was near where I knew the statue was, and I was like, hey, this must be it. Evidently, it was most certainly not it. You see, this is why I always get lost in Skyrim, is I'm just like, screw the roads, I'm just gonna go directly towards the thing I'm trying to move towards and hope that it all works out. And then I get completely lost in the middle of the wilderness. But luckily this time there's a back entrance. There's a second way up. Man, you know, so far, Wait, did we go back to before we set the difficulty, or does that stay? No, it was back before. But even on expert earlier, we weren't... excuse me. Game. I'm... Okay, it's doing that thing again. It does that every so often. Let me try this again. Where it just gets stuck moving one direction. Yeah, it does. It's doing it. Okay. No, we were gonna be on expert. There we go. Yeah, but even the first time before we crashed and we had it on expert, we were doing decently well. Unless that was also on novice. I can't remember when I first changed the difficulty and when that stayed from. Oh yeah, no, that changed nothing. They're still all wimps. And really, I think the difficulties only change, like, the health and damage of enemies percentage-wise. And thus, it really won't change the overall difficulty of an enemy. It's just... still, they have the same moves. And they're still scaled off of the same damage and health. So wolves are still going to be super weak. But anyways, we're going to go up to this statue. And that's going to be great. I'm going to start this quest because we kind of need to. We're gonna want this artifact over here. Though I don't think I'll be able to finish this quest very soon. It's kind of a difficult quest line where you need to actually fight Daedra, which is not fun. So let's save again. Because who knows what'll crash the game. Maybe talking to this person will.
Azura has seen your coming, traveler. It was not curiosity, but fate that has led you here.
Actually, it was greed. I want the item. Seen my coming, what do you mean? Sure, I'll ask what prophesying is.
I had a vision of you walking up the steps to this altar, long before
That's
you
kind
were
of creepy.
born. You have been chosen to be her champion. I know it is unexpected, but do not worry. It will all unfold as she has predicted.
I like their eyes. Just the really blood red eyes. This is very nice.
You must go to a fortress, endangered by water, yet
Ilialta's Deep. I know it well. I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly, but I know I know what the place is.
As black as night. It is cryptic, I know, but Azura's signs are never wrong. I believe the fortress may refer to Winterhold. Ask if they know this elven enchanter.
No, it's Ilianta's Deep, the place that's covered in water, but the inside is still, you know, mostly dry. Okay, well, we started the quest. Ow. Okay, yeah. Fall damage. I forgot. There's kind of a mod I have. I don't know which one it is. Unless it's just baseline fall damage, and I'm just not used to it. But yeah, fall damage is not to be trifled with. I need to be really careful what I fall off of. Because when I was testing things out, I died to a fall that I thought was pretty, you know, unimpressive. And then I was like, oh, that's a problem. How am I gonna do all my parkour if I can't, you know, leap off of skyscrapers and be fine? Alright, but we can still kind of, you know, just waddle our way down the side of the cliff here. Also, is there 2 different mods that are adding streetlights here? Because I've noticed there's the blue lights and there's the red lights, and sometimes they kind of overlap. So that might be 2 different mods trying to add streetlights onto this area. Or maybe the blue lights serve a different purpose than the regular lights? And they're, you know, lore-wise, like, trying to guide 2 different types of people. You know, like the regular ones are for us humans, and those are for, like, spirits or something. Who knows? Well, the lights certainly don't keep the wolves away, that's for sure. Oh. This is probably part of the blue lights thing. Isn't that great? We're gonna move this way, away from the wolves. Whomever that is can deal with the wolves. I don't need to get involved. Yeah, it seemed like the blue lights. Okay then. Equip noise. I don't know what that was about, but alright. Let's save because there's ominous music. So yeah, current objective, get to... Oh. That's what the ominous noise was. I can scavenge a lot of loot from this. But I need to get to what's its place. The really racist city. I forget what exactly the place is called. Winterhold? No, that's where I am. It's not Whiterun. Winter Run. I don't remember. I need to look at the map. What was this place again? Windhelm. I usually don't go there very much. It's a very dreary city. So we're gonna wait, see who wins this. And we're gonna steal all the loot off the people who lose. Like you... We have a lot of weight that we can carry. So let's just see. Take anything that seems worth it. It's 1 weight to 6 value. It's probably worth it. And actually, also your shield seems to be pretty high value to weight, so we'll take that too. Oh, it seems like the Stormcloaks. Yeah, the Stormcloaks. Oh no, there's reinforcements coming in. Oh no. Who's gonna win? Here, let me start scavenging before the Imperials win and get angry at me for stealing all their friends' equipment. Cause that'd be tragic. Oh yeah, the light equipment is usually pretty dang good. You know, money efficiency wise, I'll take all that. Actually, the ale is really good efficiency-wise too, it looks like. Take some of this. It's decent. Ooh, that's good value. Because, you know, right off the bat, we're gonna be completely broke, and we kind of need to get as much money as possible in a short amount of time. And that we do by scavenging off of everyone we find. Yeah, don't mind me, Imperials. We're just gonna be taking all your loot. You guys aren't gonna be angry at me, right? Right? Okay. They do not care. Nice. Yeah, I don't want to face them myself, because that would kind of suck. They're a bit stronger than I care to fight. But yeah, Stormcloak equipment never worth very much. Wait, that was an amulet of Mara. I'll take that. Yeah, the amulets are always worth a good, you know, pretty penny. See, even their cloaks are worth less. Like, what the heck? Ooh. That was the spiked helmet, though. That's good value. Nice. Alright, well, that was super lucky for me that we just happened across an entire freaking battle scene right there. You know, that's super advantageous. We get loads of money when we finally get to Windhelm. Which, who knows when that'll be. And then I think we need to head over to Helgen to start the main quest line. Because we kind of need to. I want to get it to the point where dragons start spawning. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing exactly... There's a cave there. Path is kind of turning. Should I have stayed down here? Is that... I don't know. I'll keep following the path, but... Yeah, so you need to complete the first few quests, which entails going to Helgen, seeing the dragon, going to Whiterun, telling them about the dragon, going to the tower and killing the dragon there. Or no, you need to go get the dragon stone, then you go to the tower, and then, you know, you guys...
Leave me alone. I don't have time for this foolishness. Now come along quietly, and we won't have to get rough. Please don't kill me.
Is this wolf part of the sequence, or is this just random? Wolf, kill these guys so I don't have to. What just happened there?
Takes care of that.
Alright. They're just having a conversation and a wolf comes in, and now they're just... Are they all just gonna walk back to their usual positions? Like, lady, I think you could just run. Just run that way, and they'll just ignore you. And who the heck is that? Is that Stormcloak? What the heck is happening out here? It's just... There's some red guards in an argument, and then there's a random Stormcloak soldier running past. Where'd you even come from? What are you... What is happening? You're just sneaking back to... I want to see if they continue their argument and what happens from that. But she's very slow. What was with... What? Okay, they're not continuing anymore. Hello, good sir?
Need something?
Who are you looking for?
We're looking for information about a woman.
Oh.
A foreigner in these lands.
Is this just another way to interact with the guys that you normally see in Whiterun?
We're checking everywhere to be sure.
Okay. Okay,
Farewell.
have fun with that, I guess. Yeah, that was nothing, I suppose. Very interesting. Where the heck did that Stormcloak soldier come from, and where did they go? Why were they here? Isn't this a bandit camp right here? This looks like bandits. What is... Oh, there's skeletons. Okay. Well, we'll take the arrows for sure. Just because arrows weigh nothing in this game, so you can just kind of stockpile hundreds and hundreds of them with no issue. So this isn't a bandit fort, this is a necromancer fort, and that doubly makes me not want to deal with it. So we're just gonna keep walking. Where the heck is the town? Oh, it is... We are way off course. This road goes all the way around. So we could, in theory... In theory, I could cut across the mountain, like go kind of over that mountain there. I keep hearing random kerthunking sounds. I have no idea what those mean. But anyways, that's fine. It's just Skyrim being Skyrim. You know, one minute you're just hearing random kerthunkel sounds, and the next minute you're shoving 5 cheese wheels in your face to stay alive. It's just classic Skyrim. Okay. and it froze again. Well, time to restart the game, or you know, close it and then reopen it and go back to the latest save, because then it won't crash, hopefully. Yeah, I really need to get to the bottom of what the heck is causing that crash, but that was a long time since it had crashed. Like a good, what, 20 minutes? Maybe more. So it's very random, but as long as we just keep saving as often as we can remember to, it shouldn't become a big issue. I think I did save right in front of that necromancer fort, just in case that became an issue, and it, I mean, the fort itself didn't, but something else did. Because that one dude, I mean, the bandit guy, I was kind of afraid that he would just attack me, but I think he did more than attack me. He literally just looked at me and sent like a psychic signal into my brain that completely annihilated the game's files. It just stopped it from working. So I think that guy was the most dangerous enemy. So we'll just need to avoid him next time. The game's already booting up again. We should just be able to jump over to the gaming thing, and it should work. Yeah. And then continue. Yes. Yeah, I'm really gonna, off stream, I'm gonna need to figure out what is causing that crash, although it could be a million things. But I'll look into it. Because yeah, and it's at random times. Like the first time it was when we started moving in, like, getting up out of the cart in the opening sequence. The second time was when we were looking at a bed with a skeleton in it. And this third time was when we were just looking at a bandit out in the middle of nowhere and then started walking away from him. So none of those have any correlation either to each other or to any mod that I can think of. So it's like, what's happening here? What's the common thread? I don't know, but now we get a nice long loading screen. Because, you know, we're in the open world still. Once we get into dungeons, like, this won't... Yeah, see, I did a save right in front of the fort. But this won't be nearly as big of an issue once we're in, oh boy. Fort Astav discovered. Well, that's a little buggy. Alright. But once we're in smaller locations... Is that... Wait, that's the guard. That's the Stormcloak soldier over there. What are they doing? Wait up. I want to see where you go. And of course now I'm keeping my task manager open, not only to be able to shut down the game when it freezes more effectively, but also because I think it's just like it intimidates the game. I have noticed that things crash less Or even I've had times where things like stop crashing mid-crash because I open the task manager and it like intimidates it into working again. I don't know how that works, but it has happened before. It's just like not responding. You open the task manager, it's like, oh, we're responding again. Never mind. That was just a joke. It was a fluke. Don't end our task, please. It might be a lighting mod, maybe. Because I was thinking when we were near the bed, there was the lighting from the camp. Oh, you were a courier, and you had 1 health. You also have arrows that I want, so thank you. And you're a courier, but you're not carrying anything. You just have 1 health and armor and weapons, which it's kind of rare to see an iron greatsword on one of you, but still, that's very weird. I don't really need any of this per se. I'll take the helmet. I guess the dagger's pretty good money to weight, but nothing else is all that important. But yeah, that's weird. That explains why she was just popping out of nowhere and then running off into the distance. And then we'll save. I think it said auto-saving in 10 seconds, and then I saved right then anyway, so... Either way. Lots of saving. And then it auto-saves. Nice. You know, if it didn't lag the game for a moment every time it saves, I would just have it auto-save every 10 seconds. Just constantly keep track of where I am, so I never lose progress. Also, where the heck am I? Okay, we are moving towards Windhelm. Good. Oh, that's the caravan. Can I trade with you guys?
So many refuse.
I can.
Take a look.
Although, do you get good... I don't think you get good prices at the Khajiit caravan. Or at least, you know, when selling to them. They do have some interesting items, but I don't think selling to them is the best idea. Just like you don't want to sell to a general goods trader, because they buy everything, but they buy at a much lower percentage. So I don't think we even need most of this. It's conjuration robes. Ooh, and if they actually have a hat, that would probably be good. I mean, this isn't exactly... I was thinking like a hood with magicka on it, but I mean, a hide helmet with minor magicka might be good. I don't have enough money for it though. I'm kind of poor, so we're just gonna move on. We are in quite the opposite location from Warm Sands. I hate to inform you. Anga's Mill, very nice. And Anga killed our game again. Yeah, every time my brain is like, it might just be like freezing up for just a second to load something. But no, it never is. It never comes back anytime it does that. Which is, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't do it for a while, sometimes it does it like there within a few minutes of the last one. So that's weird. But it might be lighting. As I don't think I finished explaining, when we were near the bed, there was the lighting of the campfire. When we were in Helgen, there's a lot of lighting in Helgen. When we were at the fort, or near the fort, when the bandit crashed our game, I was trying to put away my flame spell when it crashed, which might be that the flame spell has a slight lighting effect, and when I was putting it away, it got rid of that and like broke the game. I don't know. I will need, because this didn't come up at all in my earlier testing, I will need to do additional testing to see exactly what this crash is, and if this crash even happens when I'm not streaming, because it might be something to do with the extra strain that streaming puts on my computer that is somehow causing Skyrim to break. I don't know how that would even work, but we'll have to see. I'll have to, after the stream, do a lot of troubleshooting and figure out exactly what the issue is. Because, especially if the crashes keep happening more and more frequently like they are, you know, earlier there was a good 20 minutes between crashes, but here it was only a few minutes, and it's like, that's not exactly excusable, you know. I can deal with a crash every so often, but that's a bit every too often for me. But you know, it's modded Skyrim. What do you expect? Honestly, when I opened up the game after getting all of the different graphics mods, I was surprised that the game opened. Like, not to be pessimistic, but whenever you get new mods, especially graphics mods, the game can just it can just die immediately. You never know. And I honestly was fully convinced that I would get all these mods, and then the second I try to boot the game, it would just not load at all, and I would need to troubleshoot it to get it to open. But surprisingly, the first time I opened the game, it actually opened with all the new mods, and it was laggy, but it was working. So it was very surprising to me that that actually worked, because normally it doesn't. Like, honestly, it's quite rare that it just works right out the gate. But now we're starting to see some of the side effects of things just working right out the gate. Bro, I'm nowhere near you. What are you guys doing? But yeah, now this is certainly some of the further down the road consequences of it just working, and me not having to troubleshoot anything too much. Was like, obviously, if it had broken right out the gate, I would have done a lot more troubleshooting and figured out what the issues were. But because it worked right out the gate... Oh, there we go. I obviously wasn't motivated enough to test it all, because obviously something slipped through the cracks and it's been wreaking havoc. Press F5 again. Always got to keep that going. Alright, now we're finally very close to Windhelm. And I think if there is a cart out here, we should be seeing it pretty soon. And that would be nice, because then we could get to a warmer climate. Yep, there's the cart. So we'll head into Windhelm just to discover the area fully. Ah, yes. The wibbly wobbly rocks. That is certainly an issue with graphics mods that I didn't end up running into because I only stayed around Whiterun for my testing. But apparently there is 2 different mods that affect the textures here, and they are kind of just switching back and forth violently. The rest of the city seems fine, though. It's just that bridge that's absolutely on LSD. I don't know. Let's pop in here real quick, see what's going on. The good old racist city. Everyone's favorite. Also, I don't think we're going to be going into the... I don't know what it's called. Civil War, I think the quest line's called. I don't think we're going to be exploring the Civil War quest line very much in this playthrough, just because I know that there would be upset people if I choose either side.
You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
And I mean, personally, I don't...
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Oh yeah, Imperial spies, totally. Anyways, yeah, I have some complicated opinions on the Civil War situation that in the end boil down to both sides have a point, and yet both sides are being childish in their own ways, not really agreeing with the other. You know, it's another one of those situations where it's like they could easily get along if they just you know, got along. If they actually tried to. And yet they never try to. They just keep squabbling like children until everyone's dead. And that's just, you know, that's just how it is. But this is very scenic at night, though. Just the little braziers, the lit windows, and then everything else is just dark. That's really nice. I do have a mod that makes it so nighttime is even darker than, you know, nighttime is in the base game. So it makes it really nice and dark. That's very nice. I just love the ambiance around here. But we need to go back out and talk to the wagon man. Can you even access the wagon man at night? I don't know if you can. Should I try sleeping? I should probably try sleeping. Oh yeah, I also have the real estate mod, which is a very important mod in my mind, because in the late game, you know, in the base game, you don't have anything to spend your money on by the end. Like, you end up with thousands and thousands and thousands of gold, and yet absolutely zero use for any of it.
If you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
But the real estate mod makes it so you can take your innumerable wealth and spend some of it on buying real estate, and then you get passive income from those places, and then you can buy more places. It's kind of like a late game mini game kind of thing.
Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor.
Wait, there are rooms upstairs? I thought upstairs was the...
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
I thought upstairs... I don't think there are rooms upstairs. I thought upstairs was just the main hall. And then down here is where the rooms are. Like, there's 4 rooms on this floor here.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Alright. It's kind of dark, but that's fine. Kind of realistic. I like it. So let's see. If we slept for 12 hours, that would put us to 10 a.m. That probably is good. Hopefully the game doesn't crash by me sleeping, because that would be unfortunate. Because, you know, if I couldn't sleep, that means I could never do the Dark Brotherhood questline, which I don't know if I'm gonna be doing it. No, we're fine. Where the heck are you? Oh, that was that person. For some reason, they had a spell wearing off of them, and they were running out the door. That's a bit concerning. So now we wait for this to load. So we've waited for daytime. It should be well enough in the day that, you know, everything's open and the carriage master guy has actually spawned in. Hopefully. I don't remember if you can go to the carriage at either day or night, but we'll have to see. Also, it might end up that I just need to... What have I done with the UI? I know I don't like the new UI. And honestly, I don't care too much between the old UI and the new UI, except that the new UI doesn't show me the health bar of enemies, and I really don't like that. So I might have to switch that back at some point. But also, I don't know if it's gonna load, because we've been sitting here at this not loading screen for a bit, and it's just doing the Skyrim background noise, and Task Manager is saying it's not responding. But to be fair, it has basically said the game is not responding at every loading screen I've been at. So it's hard to tell if it's still trying to load Windhelm, or if it's just completely crashed. And like, at what point do you decide, yeah, it's crashed, and you stop it? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the new UI that the mods add. But I have no idea which mod actually adds that, so that makes it hard to narrow down and figure out. I might you know, after all the crashing and issues that this beginning has had, I might just need to get rid of the graphics mods, because they're, I mean, on one hand, I like having them, but it's still very you know? I think I'd prefer having it be more stable, but looking like regular Skyrim, rather than looking like a completely different game, but crashing every 10 minutes like it's Skyrim. The mod it till it's COD challenge, I mean, that does sound like it would be doable with Skyrim. I mean, there are mods that add guns. But yeah, I'm gonna assume it's been loading for like 5 minutes. We're gonna assume that it has crashed. And actually, it's not all that hard to turn off graphics mods. So I could, in theory, turn off a couple of these and see if things actually stop crashing. You know? That could be a good way to go. I just need to figure out which ones seem like they would be the ones that are breaking things the most. It's rarely the graphics mods that crash it. Well, but I also don't have many actual like gameplay changing mods, and really 90% of the new mods I got were graphics. So it's very hard to tell, and I got a ton of graphics mods. So that makes life very difficult to like figure out which one is which and which one's causing the issue. So let's see. Yeah, I have so many. I don't even know where I would start getting all of this to like paring it down, especially because they all like rely on each other. So I think I'm just gonna go try it again, and we're gonna do all of those. I'm gonna try to figure those out later, maybe. I thought I might just be able to pare it down right now, but then I was looking at the list of over 100 mods and was like, I have no idea which ones to get rid of first. Because as I said, they all like build off each other. So I could get rid of one that I'm like, oh, this looks like the problem child. And then it just turns out 5 other mods had that as a master, and it kind of needs it to run. And then I'd have to deal with all of that. That is true. That is usually how it works, is you just like disable 50%, check, and keep like going further and further until you find the exact mod that's the issue. But as I said, with so many mods relying on each other, and with so many mods that interact with each other like that, where it might be 2 different mods clashing that causes the crash, it's like it's hard to tell. Ooh, but you know what it might I was gonna say, it might be the snow mod, because I do remember a snow mod. Also, I just decided to launch the game again, see if it crashes when I go outside. We'll see. Maybe it was a fluke. But yeah, it might be an interaction between 2 mods. It might be a snow mod, because I remember there was one snow mod that always used to crash my game, and then I figured out it was that, and then I got rid of it. But it's really hard to tell. Hey, but this one's actually staying at a loading screen for a decent amount of time. Because last time it just went loading screen for like 2 seconds and then went straight to a black screen and never recovered. So at least this looks like it's trying to load for a bit. There we go. Oh, but we didn't... Did we not sleep? We didn't sleep until morning, apparently. Why would it save? Oh, I saved right before I went to sleep because I was worried it would crash while we slept. That's why I was...
Just stoke the fire.
I had assumed... I'd assumed that it had saved after we slept, because that seems like the most logical place that the save would have happened. But yeah, we're definitely off stream. I'm definitely gonna need to go through, figure out what causes the crashing, and either I'm gonna keep as many graphics mods as possible while preventing. Man, she was setting up that song like for 12 hours apparently. Yeah, you see it. It goes to a loading screen for 2 seconds, and then you hear the door closing sound, and then it's a black screen. So that's not a normal crash. That isn't like it sits there loading for a while and then just stops loading. It's that it thinks the loading is done, but then it isn't. And it now like thinks that we're standing outside, but we're not. So I have no idea what's causing that. It might just be daytime in Windhelm crashes the game. Because as you saw, we could go outside at nighttime, and it worked. So I don't know what that's about. But that's Skyrim for you. Yeah, she was waiting for me to wake up, specifically. She was just like, oh, someone went to sleep. I gotta wait. We're just gonna sit here at the exact same point and just wait for them to wake up. Because that would be rude, you know? That'd be really rude if they just sang without me. And especially while I'm trying to sleep. I mean, I could hear that all the way down in my room. If I was trying to sleep and someone was singing over me, I'd be very upset. Let's see. Let me turn off, because it's as I said, I tested it out in the base game, or in Whiterun quite a bit, and the surrounding area, and it didn't crash for like 20 minutes the whole time that I was testing it. So let me turn off the snow mods, because Helgen has a bit of snow, I think, and then all the other places that the game has crashed, which is all the other places we've been, have snow. So I'm assuming maybe the snow mods are an issue, and I've had a history of having, you know, issues with snow in the past. So we're going to try it without snow mods and see if that works. Yeah, the light particle things that happened today, most likely. I was also thinking the lighting mod could be the issue, because I do have a few lighting mods going on, and lighting is usually something computers have a hard time dealing with. But we'll see if it's the snow. We'll see if the snow is the culprit. Save relies on missing things. Continue loading? Yes. The save doesn't rely on the missing things. It's just, it was loaded with those missing things prior to this. You know, I wouldn't say it relies on a better looking snow mod. Okay. We haven't slept yet. I keep forgetting. It saves we're saved before the sleep. So we need to sleep every time. A weird glow as in you think it's malfunctioning? I mean, I think the firelight, honestly, I think the firelight could be a bit stronger, because firelight is really bright in reality. Okay, but light's coming in the windows. So let's see if it crashes without snow mods. Well, we're actually at a loading screen. That's an improvement, because it's daytime and there's a loading screen. You know, that's a big difference, you know? In Skyrim, getting the loading screen, that's like the end game right there. That's when you know you've been doing things right. Now, if we can get past the loading screen, that's you know, that's big. That is a huge, you know, step forward right there. Oh, loading screen's done, and it doesn't stay at a black screen. That is revolutionary. All right. So either it was the snow mods that were just causing all our issues, which I wouldn't be too surprised about, but who knows? We'll see. Let's see if Skyrim loads, which is like 100 times harder for the game to load than just the interior of Windhelm. But we'll see. We do have a loading screen, because you see there's the level bar up in the top right. It's the only thing that really differentiates it from a blank black screen. That and the barely visible smoke in the background. But, if it really was the snow mods that were causing the issue, I can live without snow mods. Everything else still looks pretty great, so. And it did the same thing. We heard a noise, it thinks it puts us outside, and we're just at a black screen. So it was not the snow mod. The snow mods helped, but it didn't fix the issue entirely. I wish I could just reload. Wait, can I? Actually. F9 is quick reload, right? Yeah, that isn't working. Okay, unless it's F8. No, that's not working either. Okay, still crashed. Very unfortunate. I thought I was on to something there. I was like, oh, the snow mods. They've got to be behind this. But no. They helped. They got us out of the inn. But they didn't get us out of Windhelm. So there's got to be something else going on here. But what else would that be? We can turn off the ice mod. I don't think anything relies on that. And we can... Yeah, I don't know. What else? Oh, I don't need that. I don't need that mod at all. That mod is accompanied with another mod that I got rid of, so it's probably good that we're getting rid of that. Oh, and then customizable UI replacer. I can probably get rid of that, see if that brings us back to the regular UI. Because I'd like to have the regular UI. Because then I can actually see the enemy's health bar, and then I can actually see the enemy's, everything. All the information that's supposed to be there. Because it's like, why would you ever make a HUD that doesn't, actually give you the enemy's health bar? Because that's just weird. I want to be able to see how much health my enemy has left. Okay, but we got rid of the HUD mod somewhat. I think that's the HUD mod that's causing the new HUD. But we also got rid of the a northern ice mod, which basically just changes the textures of all the ice in the northern regions, which I'm starting with the northern region affecting mods because I assume that's what's causing the issues here. Because, we're in the northern regions, and those issues weren't happening in non-northern regions, so I assume they're specifically, causing it to be an issue here, as opposed to anywhere else. But, it's funny, because this really is very reminiscent to every other time I have ever played Skyrim. Where you start out with 100 mods, and then everything breaks horribly. This time it took a lot longer for things to break, because it was mostly graphics mods. But they did end up breaking eventually. And it's it just reminds me of every other time I've ever tried to get a mod list set up for Skyrim, where you go in, you figure out the mod list for a few hours. Oh, it saved when we're outside. Oh, nice. Yeah, you spend a few hours getting your mod list ready, and then you spend a few more hours troubleshooting the mod list, and then you go in and keep crashing, and you need to figure out what's causing it, and then eventually you get a stable mod list that just, never crashes, but it takes a while. It takes a lot of troubleshooting to get to that point. Which I was hoping the troubleshooting I'd done where it hadn't crashed yet earlier just meant that I had a good mod list right off the bat and didn't need to troubleshoot more, but obviously I missed stuff. Obviously I did not do enough troubleshooting, even though I did it for a couple hours. You know, like 20 minutes of straight gameplay in Whiterun Hold didn't crash at all, and then various other tests I did didn't crash anything, but I never really went to Windhelm. We're outside. Once again, I don't know if that's just random. Oh, but these aren't having an LSD trip anymore. So something I did made it so that the bridge to Windhelm isn't completely like friggin' breakdancing anymore. That's good. That's a very good sign. We're back to... Actually, this isn't even vanilla snow. This is still like enhanced looking snow. It just isn't as fancy snow as the other mod. And apparently we got floating snow too. That's fun. It's fancy. Alright. We're back to actually being able to play. My good man, would you like to take me somewhere that isn't covered in snow? We're probably Whiterun, right? Yeah. It's only 20 gold. Man. If only this guy knew how much of a steal it is.
The Jarl's Palace is something to see. Dragon Search, they call it. Big old dragon skull hanging on the wall.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's a nice dragon skull. A guard may stop combat if his attacker sheaths any weapons. Yeah. That doesn't always happen, trust me. Sometimes they don't. Oh, but there was this hilarious time where I was trying to introduce my friend to Skyrim, where just not really get him to play it like full time, but just to mess around with it for a bit. And I got him into the game, and he was trying to figure out the controls. He was standing outside of Riverwood. Because we did like the alternate start just so he didn't have to figure out the controls while running from a dragon. But hey, we're here, and it's nighttime again.
Funny suit and all, just north by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. Like to see him laugh at...
So let me see, where are we? In your new life, Helgen Reborn. So we don't have the quest. We don't have the quest to start the whole quest chain of the dragons. So maybe we need to go down to Helgen and see a dragon before it'll start that quest line. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna head towards Helgen. Hey look, there's a giant. Who would have guessed? Let me kill it. Oh gosh. Man, I can actually see its health bar now. Oh, what was the best part? Right, I got a bit distracted because the game actually loaded. So basically, the funny thing was he gets to Riverwood, and he's just loaded in. He's trying to test out his controls, and so he pulls out his weapon. He's like, okay, I got a weapon. Starts like looking around a bit, and then he tries swinging his weapon. Now, what he didn't realize is there was a guard patrolling nearby, and the very first thing he does, which is take one step and then swing his weapon happens by complete accident to hit the singular guard walking nearby. And the guard is immediately just like, stop, you violated the law. And I'm just like, well, like, the guard immediately like pulls out his weapon and starts yelling at him, and not like, it doesn't go into the conversation because he still has his weapon currently drawn and is like threatening the guard. So I have to like, I see what happens, and as soon as my brain registers, I reach over and spam like the R key to make his character put the weapon away. And when he does that, the guard is just like, stop, you violated the law. And so,
you handle yourself well.
I forgot I just helped you kill the giant. but
An outsider,
it was
eh?
hilarious because literally
Never
the
heard of the
first
Companions?
action he
Order of
does in the
Warriors.
game
We
gets
are
him put
brothers
in
and
prison.
sisters in honor.
And it's
we
like,
show up to solve
that's a
problems.
great introduction to
Patrolling is good
Skyrim, I must say. Can I
Not
join
for me
you?
to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for
Man,
you.
I have also
He can look in
done
your eyes
the
and tell
Companions
your worth.
quest line
If you go to
so
him,
very many times.
good
I don't
luck.
think I've finished it many times though. I've definitely started it a few times, but I usually don't get the full weapon made. Oh, and I don't think the giant actually drops anything, but I think that they threw some arrows into it or something. I can at least steal those. Yeah, just an arrow. I always check to see if it has, like, expensive giant loot, but it does not. It never does. But it's nice having the old UI back. Because I can actually see enemies' health bars and everything. That's so nice. That's why I got that mod, to be able to see enemy health bars. So I could actually do just that thing. Alright, so it's like pitch black out here, because I waited for it to be day so I could travel here, but then in the process of traveling here, it turned night again. So we can still see, like, nothing. But luckily, there are lamp posts, and those help a lot. Lydia can use the giant's... What? Can she actually? I didn't even know they could drop the giant's club. Well, actually, I guess most enemies, even if they don't drop their weapon on their corpse, their weapon usually drops near them. You what? Just Imperial business, be on your way. Game closes. It didn't even, like, stop responding. It just straight up closed. It was just like, nope, we are not playing the game anymore. Goodbye. What just happened? Okay, I guess I mean, I don't have any information on that one. That was new. That was like, what just happened? We'll just open the game back up, I guess, and see if it does it again. Was that like a fluke? Did they... Oh, really? So you basically tell her to pick up the giant's weapon, and then she just does it. That is very weird. That's also, it sounds very broken. Like, does it still launch people? Does she still, like, hit people with it and it just sends them into orbit? Because that would be incredibly broken. But, you know, it'd make Lydia useful, so that's good. You know, personally, I always just have her, you know, in charge of a farm or a house or something. You know, take care of some kids. Because I usually don't have companions. That is very odd. So yeah, where did we last save? I guess when we arrived at Whiterun would be the last save? Or no, after I killed the giant, I think I saved. Let's hope we don't get the Imperial caravan of just insta-crashing the game. Because that was really weird. I was like, oh, I'll just walk past these guys and they won't bother me too much. And then it's just Imperial business and then nothing. It also drains 15 stamina on hit. What the heck? It's not even enchanted or anything, it just does that by default. It's kind of crazy. These giant weapons, they're kind of great. I usually don't fight giants for fear of exactly that. I don't want to be part of the Skyrim space program. Alright. So we've killed the giant and we're here. And we're walking again. Now let's try to avoid the Imperial caravan because obviously they cannot be trusted. Fire bugs. They're just out of my reach. Dang it. So the only source of light we had, which was the frickin' lampposts, we now can't interact with because the caravan is blocking them. And I don't want to run into the caravan again because they obviously just crashed my game outright. So also get the frost variant from Frost Giants. Ooh. I vaguely remember the Frost Giants. Like, I already stay away from regular giants. The Frost Giants I stay away from even more. Okay. Yeah, the caravan's down that way. We have avoided them, and we're back on the road. Once we get to... What? How am I completely, like, forgetting the name of this place? Riverwood. You come here every game, and I've played this so many times, you'd think I'd remember. But... oh yeah, that... the fire definitely causes some lighting effects. So I think next, if the game keeps crashing like it has been, I might need to disable the lighting mods. Because, I mean, they're very nice, but they are kind of notoriously, you know, computer destroy-y. So, if any mods were going to be destroying... Also, I still feel like we have two different lamppost mods. Because there's always two lampposts just clipping into each other everywhere we go. Riverwood, we're here, even though it's pitch black and I can't see a thing. Let's see if we can't sleep until morning. You can tell them to use the Centurion arrows. Aren't those bolts, though? Wouldn't they need a crossbow for that? Alright, we're in to the inn.
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure
We
get
got
a fresh
rooms and
batch.
food. Drink, too.
Oh yeah, you don't talk to
Come
him
on
for a
in,
room.
just stoke the fire.
You talk to her for a
Sure,
room.
that visit. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
If you want someone's business, point out the stain.
I think this is the room, right? Sleep owned. Doesn't that mean that's not owned by me? Or is it this room?
You don't have any stains on your chest plate.
Oh, it's this room. Okay. Well, we're gonna sleep here. It's an arrow for some reason. That is really weird, because I'm pretty sure those Centurions use crossbows. So let's just sleep 11 hours. That'll get us to about midday. Steal one from the Markarth Museum. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs when it comes to followers, and I just never use followers, so I never end up seeing all those bugs. Alright, let's go outside and see if the game crashes. Oh, no, we're here. We're fine. We're alive.
Wait, so a costume? You're not serious.
Nice. Alright.
Sure I am. We got some furs and tree branches, paint them white, and then tie them to stump. Instant frostbite spiders. Frodnar, no one's gonna believe.
So let's go investigate Helgen and see if that starts the quest line to get dragons. Yeah, that definitely would be an interesting run, just have overpowered Faendal right from the get-go. Nirnroot. Still don't really know what I'll use the Nirnroot for, but it always presents itself as a very special material that you want to get whenever you can. More wolves. Isn't that great? We've been fighting wolves this character's entire life now. fire damage over time is so overpowered. Especially in legendary difficulty. Yeah, there's only, in my opinion, there's only one real, like, effective strategy to get through legendary difficulty without too much trouble. And that was the one I went for, which was just maxing out melee sneak attack damage. Because that works, it works pretty well. And we crash again. Right? I believe so. Yeah, let's get rid of the lighting mods and see if that helps it. This is, I mean, Skyrim has decreed that this is the impromptu bug fixing stream and troubleshooting stream to see if we can get this to work consistently. And it sucks that I have to get rid of the lighting mods because they work so well with the really dark nights and all that, because you get to have like a super atmospheric dark room with the really nice lighting effects all over the place. It's very cool, but we'll just have to deal without that. Yeah, and so now I turn things off. It's deploying, though deploying slower than I would think it should have to, but that's fine. We'll just wait for it. But yeah, in legendary difficulty, I would basically get dual daggers, and then I would get the one-handed bonus that makes it so your dagger sneak attacks do 15 times damage. And then you get the Dark Brotherhood gloves that doubles all your sneak attack damage, which then makes it so you're doing 30 times the initial damage. And then the reason why you dual wield the daggers is you get up behind someone and then you do the dual dagger special heavy attack, which makes you hit like 3 or 4 times in a row. So then you're doing 30 times damage for multiple hits, and then if it doesn't kill the enemy, which on legendary difficulty, let's be honest, most of the time one of those attacks doesn't kill the enemy. If it doesn't, all you need to do is just stealth again. You just get away from the enemy, you go back into stealth, you sneak around them until they forget you, and then do another full heavy attack. Whammo, they're dead. Oh yeah, that's true, the Nirnroot quest. Yeah. Nirnroot is weird, though. Because it's like, I don't use it for any actual potions myself. And then there's the, oh yeah, all of this. The items are missing. No, they're not. Yes, they are. So yeah, I got rid of the biggest of the lighting mods, which, as you could see, was many, little things of lighting. So let's see if that was the issue. If that's what's causing all the problems in our life. But yeah, I remember the biggest thing I remember about Nirnroot is the quest with the Crimson Nirnroot. That's down in, I don't know. Where is that? Was it Blackreach? Something like that. The cave place with the shrooms. So yeah, that quest was weird because it's so hard to find all of those Crimson Nirnroot. And I forget if it even gives you anything very useful. Because I don't even remember if I ever finished the Crimson Nirnroot quest. Oh yeah, but the Invis potions are quite good. But what's even more broken than an Invis potion is the Invis spell. Which is actually magnitudes more broken than the Invis potion. Because I actually figured out exactly how to be impossible to spot. Like physically impossible for enemies to spot you with the Invis spell. what you do is you get the invis spell, and you get muffled boots, which is, you know, just the Dark Brotherhood boots works fine. And then they can't hear you at all. They can't see you at all. So that already is pretty good. But then you get the issue of if you ever go through a door, it breaks your invis. So that's normally supposed to be like the kind of issue with the invis spell. But I've figured out, if you hold, like, you know how you have the invis spell, and so then you cast it, and you're sitting there, like, holding the spell, and it's ready to be cast? If you just hold that spell, press a button on a door to start going through it, and before the door's opening animation is done, you know, use the spell, you finalize the spell, then you get the spell's effect, thus turning you invisible again. And then, boom, you're invisible again as you enter the door, so you're invisible on the other side, and nobody can see you. So it is incredibly overpowered. Yeah, so we gain more experience in all mage skills. Yes, please. So yeah, that was basically how I, you know, how I would become completely unseeable for the entire game of my legendary stealth melee build run. It was quite amazing. But yeah, definitely I feel the invis potion would probably be easier, but it would, you know, would be harder to have that work consistently for all situations. Am I heading back towards Helgen? Helgen, this way. I don't even know how, like, close I need to be to Helgen to see the dragon with this mod. Like, because Helgen's right there. But I kind of need to start this quest line in order to get the dragon summoning. And that's always, like, as far as I go in the main quest line before going and goofing off. So that I can get the dragon spawning, I can get all their dragon bones and dragon whatevers. Dragon scales, that's the other one. And then everything's hunky-dory, you know? You can just move on and do whatever. Investigate Helgen. Hi! Freaking Alduin jump scare, what the heck? Alright. Investigate Helgen. Sure thing. Oh, just asking for rumors would have started it too? Maybe. Probably, honestly. Okay, what's over here? Why is it pointing me specifically to this body? Oh boy. And I took the entire body. Interesting. Read the journal. Adventurer's journal, probably. Entries. And it says, investigate the cave mentioned and warn the residents of Riverwood. Okay. I don't think I'm going to read all of this, because that's a lot of reading, and I already know the opening sequence to Skyrim, so I don't really need to do with that. So we're gonna go this way. And then we need to, it says, investigate the cave. The leather journal, yes. And then it also said warn the people of Riverwood, but it kind of just wants me to go to the cave. So I guess we'll go there. I wonder if that's where you meet like Rayloff or Hadvar. Like, are they still here? I haven't actually done the alternate start thing all the way through, I don't think. Alright, investigate the cave. What does this do for us? What is happening here? What's the plan? I mean, at least getting through the Helgen start, like avoiding that, made it so that the game didn't crash immediately on the opening sequence like it did the first time, but I don't know what, like, how the storyline works from here. But if it just lets us go and warn the residents of Riverwood, then it'll probably continue as normal. Hey, look, we're here. And it says there's something in here we need to interact with. Let's get our magique. Oh, that's normal. Yeah, that's all kinds of normal. Oh. I thought this would be a bear. But no, there's just a guy here. Hi, Hadvar. There's no voice acting. Came to see what's going on here, I guess. So Hadvar still exists. You need a healing potion. I have a healing potion. I think I have a minor healing potion at least. Do I have a healing potion? Yeah, potions of healing. Here you go. Yeah, I have one right here. There you are, good sir. We should get out of here, indeed. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at this scenery. This wonderful, like, purple snow scenery. You never see that in real life. These mods are really, really quite special, I must say. Yeah, I wonder which mod is causing that one. I wish I could just hover over things in the game, and it would just pop up, like, what mod is causing that texture to exist.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
Yeah.
Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. And it's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
So yeah, I guess that just continues on as normal then. So yeah, I do think in between this stream and the next stream, I might just disable all the graphics mods, because I gave them a try. I was like, okay, I know a lot of people do graphics overhauls with the game, and they really make it look fancy. Oh, hi.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long, I thought I'd never see another soul again.
Who the heck are you?
I was kidnapped by these bandits weeks
Kidnapped
ago.
by bandits, huh?
They locked me up in
oh,
the
I
towers
remember
near
this quest.
I
Yeah.
managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guards slept, but now I'm completely lost. Can you help me, please?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. But
Yeah, there's Riverwood right down the way.
Show me the way. But those bandits have to be stopped. They're at
Old gate.
Mistwatch. Here, let me show you on your map.
Mistwatch,
If
huh?
you can stop them, you'll be a true hero.
Okay, goodbye. Let's see. Where even is Riverwood? Oh, it's more to the right. I'm just in like the hills up here. This is not where I need to be. But yeah, I as I said, I never really minded the way that Skyrim looked. I kind of like the more dreary and, you know, overcast kind of setting that Skyrim has. And a lot of people put a lot of value, and it crashed again, I think. A lot of people put value in all these graphics mods, but to me it's like, if they're gonna be destabilizing the game to any degree, which they've destabilized the game pretty much completely, as we can see by it crashing every 10 minutes, it just isn't very, you know, worthwhile to me, where it's like, you know, I can handle just having the regular Skyrim graphics and not having to worry about it crashing pretty much ever. Well, let's see. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Just gonna turn a few more things off, see if that, you know, helps stabilize it for the rest of the stream, which hopefully it will. One of these. One of these. Maybe one of those. Just turn all these kinds of things off. Though it's really hard just to look at the absolutely gargantuan list of items I have, or of mods I have here, and pick out exactly which ones are the graphics mods. And I need to make sure none of them are missing masters. We don't need this one. We don't need that one. There's a lot of them, is what I'm saying. Probably don't need that, but I don't think that was actually stopping things. Take off these. It really is annoying that every time I turn off one of the mods, it tries to redeploy right then. It's like, bro, I'm trying to turn off like 30 mods here. Can you just hold off on the deployment until I've turned all of them off, please? That would be very nice of you. So let's just try to turn all this off. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to turn off all of them, because it's hard to tell. But we're gonna try anyways. Static mesh, huh? Is that a graphics mod or is that a different mod? How can you tell? I certainly can't tell. Let's get rid of that. We're almost done. I'm pretty sure I have at least 90% of these turned off. And hopefully they don't like corrupt the save file, because I mean, it is all graphics mods, but there's a lot of graphics mods. So it's like, is that gonna be just the sheer number of them? Is that gonna be an issue? So this thing, get rid of that, because that's missing the masters. Okay. Failed to update plugin list. That's probably fine. Well, we'll see if this runs, because I just got rid of a bunch of things. And hopefully it'll look a lot more like, you know, baseline Skyrim. And hopefully that makes it not crash. Because I'm getting a bit tired of it crashing over and over consistently forever. Has it always been doing the Bethesda Studios logo? Have I just been missing that this whole time? Because it just did the Bethesda Studios logo, and I kind of feel like there's some mod that was in there that was preventing that somehow. No. Continue loading, yes. And it says there was only one mod turned off, but I assure you, that was not the only mod I turned off. And yeah, that NPC we saw that was very much talking about how they were lost, and they're literally like within eyesight of Riverwood is a bit weird. Like, before you go asking strangers, why don't you just, like, take a look to your right for a few seconds? That might help you out a bit. But let's see. That's the Skyrim we know. That's looking a lot more like Skyrim. Complete Ed.
Closest town from Harry's River.
Okay. It's just a bit buggy. That's fine.
I'm sure he'd help you out.
Yeah, that looks a lot more normal. Maybe not completely normal. It still looks like there's a bit more embellishment, a bit more grass than normal. But we'll see. We'll see if it crashes again. If it does, I'll just need to really, really hone in on what is causing the issue. Because at this point, if it crashes, I don't think it's the graphics mods anymore. Because we've disabled 90% of them. At least. If not all of them. It's hard to tell what is, like, what is what. So is the lady still gonna be here? She is. Solicitations.
Thank goodness. I managed to pick the lock. Oh, thank
Yeah, there's a town
you
right
can
over
stop
that
me.
way.
You'll be a true hero.
Okay, goodbye. I like how I tell her there's a town nearby, and she runs the opposite direction from where the because the town is like right that way, and she just ran over there. Like, is she trying to get to Helgen? I wouldn't suggest it. That's not exactly a hospitable place to be at this moment, but you know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. If you want to go to the ruins of the dragon-destroyed city, that's fine by me. I do still have the mod that's simply called Bigger Trees, which I very much like because, I mean, it's Skyrim, and it's like a medieval timed old area, and I feel like they should have a lot more old growth trees that are just absolutely huge, and they don't in the base game, because their trees are just kind of these wimpy little baby trees. But now, I mean, the mod makes them actually like tower over you, as they should. And it certainly looks a lot less cinematic, but
What? What is it now, Mother?
without those mods, it is... I don't know about the crashes, but it's certainly running smoother. Like, I can look around without worrying too much about lag.
If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy.
Yeah, you're
I've got
crazy.
better things to do than listen to more of your fantasies.
I don't know what she's talking about with dragons. It's crazy. It'll kill us all and then you'll believe me. I don't think you can believe anyone if he's dead.
Every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
Should I just wait for Hadvar to get here? 'Cause I already did the stone thing. Is he coming? I can't see him on the map. Because normally you wait for him to get here and then he talks to his... Oh, here he comes. Here he comes, Odysseus. General from Atlantis sent to fight in my army. That's about all I know of that quote from Age of Mythology is, you know, that's all I know of it.
Hello.
You know, my brother could recite that entire thing line for line.
What happened to you, boy?
Where's Shore's bones?
Are you in some kind of trouble?
Keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should
They're
go
kind of
inside
talking
and
over
talk.
each other.
What's
I've always
going on?
noticed at certain
Who's
points in
this?
Skyrim they just
She's a friend.
overlap
Saved my life,
talking.
my friend. Come on, I'll
I don't know if that's a
explain
mod
everything,
thing
but we
or if
need to
that
go
just
inside.
always happens.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
So we'll do this whole thing, get them to like us, and then they'll tell us to go to Whiterun. And then we'll go there, and then we'll activate the dragons. No, we didn't get the dragon stone. Then we'll activate the dragons. Then everything will be hunky-dory. Man, the loading times are lower too. That's nice. This is very, very nice. Can I take their money yet? Oh, I can. Should I?
Sigrid, we have company.
That scared me for a second. Where the screen just froze for like half a second there. I was like, did it crash again? I should probably just take their money. I mean, you can't let morality stand between you and fictional money. right?
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit
Why
down
was she
and
just
I'll get you
walking,
something to eat.
like, walking in place into the bed?
Now then, boy.
Good old
What's the big
Skyrim.
mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to stop.
He actually
You know,
lost
I
an
was
argument
assigned to
with a
General
dragon.
Tullius's skull.
So
We
is
were
that an
stopped
egg?
in Helgen when we were attacked.
Okay, first of all,
by a
what
dragon.
kind of chicken do they have? That thing is the size of a chicken.
Ridiculous.
Why?
You
How is there a
aren't
chicken egg that's
are you,
that
boy?
big?
Husband.
Additionally,
let him tell
why
his
do they just
story.
have a full
Not much more
egg
to tell.
sitting
This
on a
dragon
plate on the
flew
table?
over
Is it
and just
hard
wrecked the
boiled?
whole place. Mass
Or
confusion.
are they just gonna like
I don't know if
crack
anyone
it
else
right
got
into their
out
mouth,
alive.
just slurp
I
up the
doubt
raw
I'd made
egg?
it
I
out
don't know.
myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of
This guy likes
Havar's
his
is a
hunting.
friend of mine. I'm glad
Killed
to help however
triplet
I can.
deer or elk.
Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can.
Give me your money.
But I need your help. We need your help.
Hey, look, money. I'll take lockpick. Ooh. Well, blocking, I don't. I mean, I'll still take the necklace. It's worth a lot. I'll take everything. Don't really need the food, but I'll take everything else.
The
Thank
Jarl
you.
needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose.
That he
Riverwood is
does.
defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send
Good
whatever
old
soldiers he can.
Balgruuf.
If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Okay.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason.
Okay.
Hadvar, did you
Mm-hmm.
really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Well, I think that was the end of that whole sequence. At least the important parts. 'Cause we got our loot. I think they like us better now. So that's good. Now we just need to go to Whiterun, which we've already been there before. So yeah, I still have a few mods enabled here that, I mean, it's hard to tell what is modded still and what isn't, but mostly we're back to normal, which is probably good. Just makes the game not crash as much. And that's probably a plus. I was gonna say maybe I should take the river down to Whiterun, but I've sometimes died trying to take the river down. And that's not what I want to happen here. Maybe I can run into the Imperial caravan again. See if they still crash my game. Or I guess close the game is more accurate, because like many things have crashed the game thus far, but those were the only guys that they just took one look at me and my game just immediately closed back to desktop. Like, I don't know what kind of, you know, Daedra they worship to be able to break the fourth wall like that, but they have some insane powers. Yeah, I think I still have a grass mod of some kind, because I don't think all of this, like, bright shrubbery is supposed to be here. But I'm not sure. It just looks a lot more, populated around here, because I think it's supposed to just look like that. There's just the little tiny shrubs. But you got the big shrubs now. So I don't know. I might go through and, like, ensure that I've gotten rid of all the mods, just to be sure it never crashes. What the heck? Yeah, that's normal. That's perfectly normal. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just efficiency. You know, why would you need to have a signpost to put your signs on when you can just have your signs float in midair? You know, you save all that wood on the signpost. It's efficiency, not buggy. It just works. But we're here, finally. I mean, starting way out in the frozen north will kind of do that to you. Oh no, you don't. You're not gonna talk to me. Man, sprinting is really wimpy in this game. Let me in. Let me in. Oh no, we're cornered.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about.
Oh.
Official business only.
Okay. So I guess he's not here to talk to us about the
Fine.
skooma.
But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Okay, that was that easy. I didn't get a speech increase though from Persuade, which is kind of weird. I usually do. I wonder if I increased my speech elsewhere and it, I don't know, made it so that I don't get enough XP from that to level it up.
We must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. One of these
Spare coin for a bull beggar.
Tired
No.
of soup? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
Now, there are a lot of annoying characters in Whiterun. Like, case in point, right here. Honestly, I don't think I would mind that guy nearly as much if he had multiple lines. But no, he has one singular monologue that he says over and over and over anytime you're in the city. And it's like, bro, get some new material, please. At least have like 2 or 3 different speeches that you switch between to make it take a lot longer to get completely and utterly tired of you. But I have heard that guy's speech so many times. It is so old. I hate it so much. I am not feeling sick, thank you very much.
Master the arcane arts.
So let's see. We need some spell tomes so we can actually fight effectively. My favorite spell is Lightning Bolt, but we don't have enough money. We gotta sell some of this stuff. Well, we don't need that or that. Any of these? Is he even buying these at a good rate? I don't know if he is. Should I have not sold that guy's ring? That's probably fine. I'm sure he doesn't mind whoever that was. Don't need any of these, really. Gloves don't even sell for anything. Oh, and then I need... No, it's bugging.
Spells and incantations.
Now I need to actually buy something. I didn't just need to sell. So give me Lightning Bolt. We still have 200 gold. Does that buy anything we want? Not really. Everything's pretty expensive here. So we'll just stick with Lightning Bolt.
You know, if you've got the aptitude.
But Lightning Bolt is my favorite spell because it's instant. It's like all the other bolts to have a travel time, but Lightning Bolt, it's long range and just instantly hits the enemy. It's pretty high damage too and takes out their magicka, but that's kind of a secondary thing.
What would you have me do then? Nothing?
My lord.
Yeah, you just come this way. Come this way. I wonder if you can get her stuck somewhere.
Who's this then?
All this standing around is rubbish. You should be
Felicitations, Malefactor.
Well, I trust you have something vitally important to tell me. Important
Yes.
enough to interrupt me in the middle of council?
Is that actually a different line if you talk to him before talking to Irilith?
Alvor? The smith, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy.
True.
And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some...
I mean, I guess the Stormcloaks might have had the dragon under their control, but, you know, it most certainly was a dragon.
Ismir Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord,
Maybe.
we should send troops to Riverwood.
I mean, walls are pretty dragon-proof.
Most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him.
You could just send a courier and just be like, hey man, there was a dragon attack. I'm sure Felcreath man will understand.
Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best.
Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
I don't think it was my own initiative, but you know, I'll let you think it was.
I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Sure thing.
There is another thing you could do for me, suitable for someone of your particular talents.
I still don't know what he's insinuating
Let's
there.
go find Farengar.
Like I'm not like a big burly mercenary or something.
Rumors of dragons.
And he doesn't even really know. All he knows is that I got out of Helgen and there was a dragon, and that was I didn't even tell him anything about me being like on the executioner block or anything. And he's just like, your particular talents. Like, you don't know anything about my talents. What are you saying?
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all.
What is going on in the peanut gallery over there? Like, there's this whole important dragonstone thing. And there's just in the background some kids complaining about not getting a new dress or something. It's like, bro, I'm trying to talk about dragons.
Oh yes, he must be referring to my.
Yes. We have all heard this so.
When I say fetch, I really mean straight to the point.
So many times,
go
my
to
guy.
Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber.
Yes.
And bring it to
priority
me. Simplicity itself.
Anything we can
Well, thank you for the lightning bolt, but I'm gonna get out of here before your voice acting kills me. So, you know, good day, sir. Alright, well now we need to go back to Riverwood, which I guess we can just fast travel. I'm trying to decide if I want fast traveling to be... It probably will be, though. You know, no matter what I do, at a certain point I'm gonna need to fast travel. Because sometimes it just gets so tedious. Like how there's the Greybeards that are like, oh yes, you climbed 10 billion steps up to our house. Now we're gonna have you climb down all those steps, go way out past Whiterun, grab a note that there isn't even a horn there anymore, and then come back. Like, without fast traveling, that would be such a painful process. Like, what the heck? So yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're definitely gonna utilize the fast traveling whenever possible. And of course it's nighttime, so I probably, or actually, I think until you trigger this event, yeah, they're always open until you trigger the claw event.
One of us has to do something.
No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
No thief chasing.
And that's what I said.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
He stole my
We
line.
are done talking about this. Oh, a customer.
Bro, you're literally facing the door. You knew I was here. You must have just gotten so worked
I
up.
don't know what you overheard. Yeah,
Bit of a break-in.
Break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold.
Solid gold, huh?
Claw. You could? I've got some coin coming.
I mean,
in
that
from
thing
my
must be
last
worth
shipment.
a fortune if you actually were to, like, melt it down. Because that is a lot of gold. The claw is not necessarily small. Is the lady still gonna try to point me in the direction? Okay, no, she's not. That's good. Because that's always, like, an unwelcome delay to the whole thing. It's like, I just want to go, and she's like, let me walk you to the edge of town. It's like, I'd rather, you know, run to the edge of town. You know, maybe even just go across the river and straight up the mountain. Like, that would be a lot faster. She just meanders her way over there. So let's see. It is just about night. Well, yeah, it's early evening. Shit. I mean, 9 o'clock is kind of late evening, isn't it? Let's see, did I learn the book? I did learn the book. Now, I don't think I can do this very much, because yeah, it costs 45 for one lightning bolt. But we will test it out at least against the next person that looks at us funny. Oh, and I also have a mod that I think switches up how the skill trees work. So definitely we're gonna need to look at what those do and figure out what the best spots are to put points in. Because it's a bit different than it is in the base game. But that's what makes it fun, right? I like that I can actually see things by, you know, starlight. Because it's really dark when it's overcast, but then the starlight comes out, and now I can actually see again. Alright. Now, it would not be very advantageous to use a lightning bolt here. Wait, you can... What do these do? I have no idea. Anyways. I guess I should use lightning. I need to test it. How long of a range does that have? Long enough. Jeez. I just knocked him over. What the heck? Alright, yeah, I love fire... lightning bolt. Best spell. Oh gosh, but that took a lot of health. That one bow hit. Because I've got like no armor. You do got yourselves a hero. I just killed all your friends. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna die. Spine injury inflicted. Okay. That sounds painful. And I didn't sell all my loot. I might want to go do that. Because I'm not going to be able to pick up much of this otherwise. That's pretty good. I mean, 1 to 10, that's pretty good. All these are probably pretty decent. Good, we'll ransack this place. And then head back to the Riverwood Trader and Alvor. And we're going to wait until daytime and sell all of our collected loot. I'll take salt piles. Nobody else up here. Money. Because, yeah, I forgot that we are almost at full burden capacity right now. So let's head back. But it's pretty easy to get back. You just Skyrim your way down the cliff face here. Yeah, we still have a long ways to go before our magic will be sufficient to be able to use those lightning bolts effectively. Because they're very good. I mean, they almost one-shot that bandit over there and paralyzed him for a second. So I would say that's pretty good lightning. But it took pretty much like half of our mana just to cast the one bolt. And that's not enough efficiency for me. We kind of need it to be able to kill like multiple enemies in a row. So let's, you know, now the Riverwood Trader should be closed. Let's just wait outside until morning. Which, who knows how that'll go, but 12 hours will put us to, well, let's do 10 hours. That'll put us to 8 o'clock. Then the shops should be open. And then we might wait another hour after giving it a minute to have them wake up and get into position. Because like here, it's directly at 8 o'clock when most shops are supposed to open, I believe. Oh, it is open. Nice. Sometimes the AI doesn't...
to see you.
Yeah, like this guy, he's still not selling stuff. Let's see if this is open, actually. Alright, that was weird. Can't wait while being asked to leave, yeah. So it definitely takes a little bit for the system to recognize that it's opening time. So we'll wait another hour. And then see what happens.
Good to see you.
And now this guy's selling. That's good.
Blades, helmets.
Do I actually
Pretty
need
much
anything from this
anything
guy?
to suit your needs.
Minor destruction? If I get enough money for that, I might actually get that. Because I need destruction magic improving things. Let's see. Shield, don't need it. Probably don't need any of these. The pelts are probably worth more if I turn them into leather, so we'll hold off on that. Probably want to keep the gauntlets, because I think those are the best gauntlets we have. Definitely want to keep the lockpicks. We have the robe, so we don't need the armor. Oh, but we took all his money. Wait, so how are we supposed to... If we take all his money, how are we supposed to buy that other item? If he doesn't even have enough money for us to be able to...
Right. See you round.
Let's do this. Get all the leather. There's the leather strips. It's 1 to 1. And those were 3 value. What is the leather itself worth? 10. So yeah, you don't want to turn into leather strips if you're selling it.
Blades, helmets.
So he doesn't have enough money to give us to make it so we can buy the helmet, which really sucks. So we're gonna need to go to the Riverwood Trader. Hope they're actually open now. Looks like it. And then we'll need to get all their money from here.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
I call them junk. Anyways, probably don't need amulets. I mean, restoration spells. Am I gonna be using restoration spells very much though? I don't think I am. Oh, we probably want to keep all the gems. Ooh. No, that's not really plausible. Okay, what I normally do when I'm starting a game of Skyrim is I go around and purposefully like seek out every single one of those like rare floaty gem things, and if you can get all of those, you get a passive that makes it so you find gems everywhere, and it's really nice because you get like tons and tons of money out of that in the long term. But it ends up not really being very worthwhile if, you know, it just takes a long time to get that done. So, oh wait, those are, I can keep those because they're an alchemy ingredient. Probably don't need all of these cloaks. Probably don't need the armors because we have our robes. You know, as a mage, robes are better than anything. Okay, I think that's about it. We can get rid of the random drinks and foods we picked up. Okay, that's enough money to go buy the helmet. And this helmet will be useful 2 ways. Because on one hand, we get the...
I see no harm in it.
No, not that one.
The grinds, if you've got the raw materials.
That's fine. I meant to click that.
Protect yourself or deal some damage.
But this will help me temporarily to just, you know, be able to cast my spells more efficiently. But in the long term, I can... Oh wait, the blue mage robes cover your head? Wait, so I can't wear both? How the heck does that work? Okay, I guess we're just gonna need to use this in the long-term way and not the short-term way. Because my idea was I would use them temporarily and then later on disenchant them. I mean, unless...
All right,
can I just take... Is there armor around here for... If we can find... Although, okay. would the minor destruction be better than the 50% better regen? I don't think it would be. So we're just going to need to disenchant it once we get to town. But we are now carrying a lot less weight. So we'll disenchant that later, get its effect, and then we'll be able to place it on better things once we get our enchanting up, which I am planning to do. I just need the Star of Azura, and then that'll make life a lot easier, I think. So let's, now that we've cleared our inventory and it's actually daytime, let's go kill some bandits. Did I ever favorite this? I did not. Let's favorite that. I just like the lightning. Not as effective or efficient, you know, mana efficient as the flames are, but it's certainly my favorite spell. Because it's just so good against dragons. I don't think the Magicka thing really affects dragons much, unless their breath attack takes Magicka. I don't think it does though. But either way, it's just an instant long-range bolt that can hit dragons from pretty much anywhere. Very effective. Very nice. And the reason I got into using it was because on my legendary run, where I couldn't exactly stealth melee hit dragons, because, I mean... Did it crash again? How the heck? I have, like, no mods on that would cause that. I still have a few, to be fair. But not many. It must be... I mean, it took a lot longer to crash. Anyways, on my melee, mostly legendary run, or legendary difficulty run, when melee was kind of my bread and butter, and stealth was also the bread and butter, I couldn't really get that close in stealth to dragons at all, consistently. So the only way that I could kill them was I would use like the summoned bow, which is a Daedric level bow with Daedric arrows, and that worked fine, but it would still take like 10 minutes, if not more, to kill a single dragon. Of just like peek around the corner, shoot at it, and peek back, like go back behind the corner, over and over and over, and eventually you whittle down its health. But then I realized that I had already maxed out enchanting at this point on this character, and I realized that I could just get a few pieces of jewelry that reduce the cost of destruction spells by 100%. And then, you know, that's not even like glitchy. That wasn't even, you know. Also, I think it's been about 3 hours of crashing mostly, so I think I'm gonna end it after I'm done ranting about why I love lightning bolt so much. But yeah, that's not even glitchy to be able to reduce the cost of destruction spells by 100%. That's pretty normal. Like, if you just max out your enchanting, you can do that with very little problem. And so I got, just on a whim, the getting rid of the cost of destruction spells, and then I would get the lightning bolt, because it was really the only spell I could consistently hit dragons with, because it's so fast. You know, it's like an instant hit at a very long range. And then I would just basically sit, and anytime I could peek out, I would do a thing where, like, you can kind of switch off which hand is casting the lightning bolt, and just have a consistent stream of lightning bolts out, so long as you keep the timing and tempo correct. So I could just, you know, just zap, 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 and just do a million damage a second against dragons. So it was very efficient. And that's why I love lightning bolts so much. It's because they're just so good. And once I actually get some, you know, mana cost reducing things, hopefully that will help me out in being effective, which is, it's the main reason why I went with mage for this, was because I love lightning bolts. So I was like, I'm gonna go lightning bolt build. But sadly they won't be effective until I get some mana reduction on it, because it pretty much just drains my whole mana pool killing an enemy with lightning bolts right now. But someday they might be either free or close to it, and then everything will be nice. Everything will be great. But in between now and next time, I will attempt to get rid of every single graphics mod in case because those are the only ones that I've changed since the last time I played, and I wasn't getting these crashes last time. So I'll get rid of all the new mods from the last time I played to hopefully bring the game back to a stable version, and I'll try to playtest some stuff even more extensively than I did last time, like before this stream, because obviously something slipped through the cracks, and I want to make sure I can play for at least an hour straight without crashes, because it was kind of ridiculous, the whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, everything's going fine, and then crash. Then you play for 5 more minutes and then crash. Then another half hour goes by and you're fine, and then crash. It's like, what is causing it? I don't even know. It might be multiple things, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm gonna figure it out, probably. That's just the modded Skyrim experience. It's never fully stable. And I tried with the graphics mods because I wanted something new, something fresh, something that would not feel like the game that I've played like 12 times before. But obviously that's just not in the cards for me. It's just too unstable, and I can't work with that. So unfortunate, but we're gonna get it, mostly vanilla and just go from there. Hopefully we won't have any crashes next time though. So anyways, I will see you guys next time. I believe I saw on, I would be trying to go to like 3 o'clock, but I think Morg isn't streaming today, and even if she was, I think it would be around 5 or so. So yes, we're just ending it there. So yeah, I should be streaming tomorrow, depending on what tomorrow is. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, so I'll be streaming tomorrow, most likely. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye, I suppose. Yes.